G'day and welcome to this final 9 holes of the 2024 Eruption, presented by Ozdiscs and powered by Prodigy. We are at the beautiful Crater Lakes Disc Golf Course in Mount Gambier, South Australia. A huge shout out to PRKD Media for sharing this awesome coverage, created by PRKD Media. I am Andrew Ferguson, and together with Timmy Bowen, Paddy Robinson, we are the TO Podcast, and we are super excited to bring you this final round. It's nail-biting, boys.
Yeah, it's been super tight, hey, Tim?
Absolutely. We've had a few lead changes. Stan the Man is now in front at 8 down. Jade Brady one behind him at 7 down. And Blake and Casey are just one back from Jade at 6 down.
Yeah, and a bit of a tricky one to start. Not an easy birdie, hole 10, 110-metre par 3. The big forehand throwers will throw something very straight, have it ride with the wind a little bit and just skip up to the pin. But if you're a competent backhand thrower, there is a hyzer sort of righty backhand flex line, which is pretty cool too. Good hole, this one.
Had a very windy round 2 and 3, and looks like Casey's not committed to the flex there and he's hit a fairly early tree. I think he did a similar thing in round 2, so...
Yeah. There's something about those early trees, and I don't know whether it's this like extra growth that's come up on them that tightens that line a little bit. But
the upshot's tricky as well. Like, it's no guaranteed par if you hit an early one on this hole.
Oh, Stan.
Yeah. Has this got the height? It's got a bit of turn, but not enough maybe.
Height's good. Yeah. And that'll be just outside C1, pin high on the left there.
Now, we saw Jade absolutely lace this in the second round. He pinned it off the pole, took a bird. What can he do today?
Starting it out quite wide, and doesn't look like it's going to be fighting the wind enough to get up the hill.
Yeah,
it's going to be deep C2.
Easy up and down. Now, Blake, he's, he hasn't had the greatest starts with that +1, but, he's had a couple of good 4 holes coming in. He's seen the guys just, not really fire on this. This is a good opportunity to get one back. What can he do?
Oh, stop it.
I actually didn't mind that out of his hand. It's just hit the one dangly iron branch, and all of a sudden he's got like a 70-metre Raptor forehand in for the par.
Oh, this one's...
Oh,
it's looking good.
Sorry. Needs to slow down a little.
Oh,
he needed to go faster. What am I talking
that's
about?
About 15 out, maybe more.
And look at the wind ripping. The flag's going to be blowing straight at that disc, so he's going to have a headwind tester for the par.
That's disappointing because he's only 2 off the pace and he wants to stay in touch.
Casey with the straddle out A2 forehand. Driving it low into the hillside. Should counter skip straight. Perfect.
Yeah, very nice.
Well called, Tim. Well called.
Yeah.
I've hit a few early trees on this hole before, boys. So
Jay just
ground play well. He's got the spin putt to hit this, and it's a bit headwindy, so might get that little bit extra ride.
Oh, I love the height. Just stabled out a little bit too early.
Good safe bid.
Mm. He doesn't mind it. Our thoughts exactly, Stan.
He agrees. Yep.
So this is one that Blake is going to want to get this one to keep pace with the boys.
All I can see is that high branch, straight in front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurts. Casey should be relatively routine.
Oh, good low catch there by the disc golf park target.
I mean, the wind is up. Even these little testers in the headwind.
50-50 that one, hey?
Yeah, well, we saw him skip off the tray.
Yeah. So we got one back.
Yeah. There we go.
Blake stemming the bleeding with the bogey, dropping to 5 down, outright 4th place.
And with so many holes that you can really fire on coming up, he's definitely not out of it yet.
All right, moving on to the infamous hole 11, 113-metre par 3. Mostly you're going to see some big turnover backhands to get the distance to get up this hill to a basket, which, I mean, it's out of space, isn't it? It's in orbit.
No, Casey loves it.
It's in orbit.
He's like, oh, this is like the basket I have at home.
Yeah, it's because he's 7'85".
Very few people have got the forehand to get there. Casey is one of those few, and this is looking perfect.
Oh, I feel like he's been there 3 times, hasn't he? Thereabouts.
I feel like I only want to throw forehand on this from now on.
You get there and then you're putting it 50 out.
Get full distance and I'm 10 short of those rocks.
Big Stan. I like the shape on this. It has to come back, though.
Oh, this is great.
Oh, that's going to be a scary putt.
Oh, that's going to be such a death putt. Even if you're within 6 meters of this basket, it is a scary putt because it's so high and the hill is so steep. Good attempt from Jade.
Yeah, I liked it. I felt like he gave that a little bit extra height just to get that shape, and I liked it.
I think distance is a problem here for Blake. Let's just see if he can get the turn that he wants on the disc and avoid that tree.
Ooh.
Yes.
Snuck around the left of it. I don't think that's the plan, but fantastic
Hey.
shot from Blake.
Beautiful.
He's in the shadow of the basket right there.
Do you reckon that's his roller disc?
I think he... No, I'm not sure, actually.
Oh.
Be interested to see what he threw in that case.
Oh, he's just giving
Jade.
himself a mere comebacker.
Yeah.
He was giving that a bid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stan
Oh, for
wants
sure.
absolutely none of it. And look, he's just seen Jade be at par and best scenario, so I don't mind the layup from Stan there.
Jade's still out. That's how close the other boys are.
Good, confident putt. If that airballs, he's got like a 60-meter comebacker. That's going all the way down the hill.
Has someone ripped the flag off this?
I think the wind did yesterday.
Funny you asked that. I think it may have been myself for breaking that flagpole. I definitely broke one of them. I can't remember if it was this one or the whole prior.
It was off your drive though, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Come on, Blake.
Blake really needs this one to stay in touch.
This would be a great answer. Oh,
Fantastic birdie.
Yeah. Super solid after taking the unfortunate bogey before.
Take our word for it. Those putts are so difficult. Just look how high the tray is compared to Casey's head. And he's not a short individual, boys.
Oh,
Nicely
very
done.
smooth. And, mate, it's tighter again. They get one stroke back, both on the 2 leaders.
And there we go. Love it, boys. 8 down for Stan, 7 for Casey and Jade,
sloppy.
and there's a bogey for Stan. Drop
sloppy.
the putter. It's all tied up at the top as we have a look at hole 12, 78-meter par 3. You can go a backhand straight at it through those low canopy of trees. There's a backhand spike hyzer apparently that the boys found in round 2. The more common play, though, is a forehand out to the left, skipping into this protected basket that's nicely in the shade of these trees.
I love watching coverage like this and seeing some lines and be like, oh, I want to try that now.
Well, we saw Casey do it in round 2 and absolutely park it. Let's see if he can sneak through and do the same.
Oh,
what?
almost dropped in.
What?
Mate, just using the canopy. Why not?
Oh,
Oh,
Blake
this
says,
bit
monkey
more-
see, monkey do.
bit more spiky.
That's wrapping up at... the
no.
backspin's not ideal. It was going to be nearish to outside C1 edge, but now it's sort of deep in the C2 territory.
I mean, I don't doubt the kid's distance, but maybe that was too spiky.
Oh, no, from
Oh.
Stan. That's not great.
Has a window opened here?
I think he's certainly going to be dropping one shot to Casey, but potentially 2 if he doesn't have a nice clean line to access the basket. I think he is pretty close, though.
I like this from Jade. Oh, he's just caught. Jeez.
Just missed that window. Just that
Yeah.
window there he needed.
I mean, we have tried the righty spike hyzers before, and quite often that's what you get. You're hitting early canopy of trees. Maybe Casey's found the secret line to get all the way to the bullseye.
All right, well, that's definitely a par for Stan.
Jade had something similar in the second round, didn't he? I think it was the same tree he was trying to
And he
Anheuser putt around.
I'm sure he can remember that too.
Oh.
And he just nicked that tree in round 2, and this one, clean putt, but unfortunately not enough turn.
So we're definitely looking at a tie for first after this. We might be seeing a tie for second if Blake can slot this one.
Right on the edge of circle. Looks like he is going for the step putt.
He's been putting very nose down. Let's see if it works.
Oh, I loved that. Unfortunately got a massive bounce off the tray.
That thing got roosted. Oh, he's
And
got a
look-
bit of meat.
Yeah, it's gone all the way.
Oh,
and he's
no.
He's hit the exact same nub, and unfortunately, I don't know if that one's parked either. No, it must be. Casey's up for the birdie.
Oh, that hurts. Not the birdie, Blake.
Jeez,
And then we have it.
Oh, he's got an awkward putt here too, is he? Behind this tree.
I think he's close enough.
Should be tap inville.
But with that birdie, Casey reclaims a tie for first place with Stan at 8 down. We'll ignore the high leftness of that putt and just say Blake's in for the bogue.
What did Blake ever do to that nub? Honestly, just had him.
And Jade's sitting one back in third place.
Oz Discs, powering Team Heiser Flight. Check him out at ozdiscs.com.au.
Alrighty, next up, hole 13, 105 metre par 3. You can really attack this however you want. You've got a forehand to sort of sneak past these guardian trees here. We've seen the guys go this high kind of stall backhand, righty backhand straight at it.
Oh, Casey finally learned and went for the forehand, and unfortunately that's been destroyed by the wind. It does take quite
really flipped up, didn't it?
Takes quite a bit of power to fight through the headwind. You need to do it flat with a really overstable disc, and it's asking a bit at sort of 350 feet for most players.
Jeez.
I think Stan's there just be confused as to why a tornado just came through for his drive.
He absolutely laced this in round 2.
Didn't he just?
Ooh.
He's not getting the turn like he did.
Ooh, good tree direction though.
Okay, he's about the same distance as Casey. Jade, opportunity here.
He's going very overstable to fight the wind and not really getting the turn required, although he has pushed all the way through to sort of deep C2. It's not a bad place to putt from though.
Yeah, tough look though. He's sitting, what, about 17, 18 metres?
Blake's
Blake.
going Raptor. Through the double Mando. Oh, he got through. That was beautiful.
Kicked left.
I mean, he got through the first two, just not the third one. You're being picky, Paddy. You're one of those guys that just strokes people whenever you can.
Depending what kind of stroke it's on.
Little touchy Heiser around the tree. Easy up and down.
Push to the next hole. Now, is it match play yet?
Here we go for Blake with the stepper.
Ooh.
And he's just loving low left tray at the moment. That's 3 in a row. That exact spot.
He didn't get nubbed again.
Oh, Jade. He's wishing he had his other hat.
Yeah.
Quite big.
What is this, tailwind?
Like
left to right?
Yeah, left to right crosswind, I think. Oh, and he had the line. Just needed a little bit more spin to get it there on the full.
Jeez, that got slammed.
Yeah.
Not a bad bid.
I'm surprised that, Blake has done... Go follow his Instagram because he's done a few impersonations of putters around Australia. I'm surprised no one's had a crack at him.
Yeah, you're right with that. He gets the left leg up on those steppers, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's got a bit of a teapot action as well. The left arm's out,
I don't know.
Little teapot shot. All right, hole 14. It's a par 3. 107 metres, the snake pit. You're going to see some backhand turnovers. You're going to see some forehands. You've got to navigate a couple of trees here on the fairway, and then it kind of drops down and turns right to a basket which is up on some rocks, and it's a pretty nasty putt.
Yeah, and if you want to see a proper lamb shank, go back to round 2 and watch yours truly.
We might not have to go back, Paddy. This has gone miles left, and it's not coming back into picture.
No. What? Wow. Okay. He's got some work to do.
Far out.
Stan,
that was a big throw.
Yeah. Stan thinking, well, if I can get this close, maybe he can put a little pressure on and take the outright lead.
The backhand turnover in this wind is my nightmare.
Oh, it's hard enough without wind.
And it looks like it's stabling out down the hill, just short of the rough.
Okay.
Not too bad. He'll have an easy jump putt up and down for the par. Jade's gone a little lower, a little bit more stable. This is good.
On. No.
Just needed a fraction more height.
I like that look, actually. I don't feel as comfortable throwing a backhand, especially with this shape shot into a headwind.
I like the roller, I was going to say.
Oh, it's going to push way too hard early.
Oh, and that's a really, really good early check up before the rough there. If you get into those trees, it's so difficult to fight through them.
Jade with the rare forehand.
Maybe
the weight on that looked good.
little
It just-
deep?
The
No?
weight looked good. I think it just
Okay.
needed to settle.
Oh, I like this from Blake.
It's a very awkward place to approach the basket from because you have to throw over that stump. Blake's done it very, very well there.
We may have missed Casey's approach.
Yeah, I was
Surely
gonna
he's
say,
not closer than Stan.
No, he was deep in the rough,
Okay.
and this is where he's...
Is this for this? Surely that's for 3.
I think we may have missed his approach shot. That was
Yeah.
for 3.
I was going to say, if the disc somehow come back that much. Nice tap in from Blake. Casey should be cleaning up.
Oh, maybe it did
Oh.
come all the way back.
What?
Really?
It looked like that
That's-
disc got way left and never came back into view, but it must have got full flight, and he actually went past the basket, which is a
Wow.
fairly monstrous forehand, boys.
Well, yeah,
It's
absolutely.
enormous.
Far out. I thought that thing just took off left.
So no change to the leaderboard. We've got Casey and Stan out in front, Blake 3 back, and Jade just 1 back.
Another push.
We have a look at hole 15. This is one you want to get. Par 438 metres. Just takes a little placement shot off the box. Something with overstable with the forehand is the play. If you're a backhand, you're taking on the wind. You want to set yourself up for an approach shot to this heavily protected basket in amongst all the trees there with OB right and OB long.
It's probably a whipping headwind too. There's so much OB. These guys are going to, ideally you take the birdie here, but
There is an
So much
eagle
trouble.
play, but very, very risky. And look,
Stan.
the backhand in this wind, scary. This is looking great.
Oh, it's got a chance of rolling that, doesn't it?
Rolling across the entire fairway, but somehow...
Are we going to make minis?
I don't know if that ever went OB at all. That's very impressive. Even Jade, a 99% backhander, is going the forehand here.
We saw him pop it OB in the first round, but
Look
this
at-
looks good.
How clean that is.
Just pop up and down, sit,
Oh,
sit.
it's OB.
No!
Straddling
come
the
on.
line.
What Come is it? on.
Safe. Flash loves it.
Jeez, that is an overstable disc.
I mean, we saw him throw it long and flip one over OB, and that's honestly that's what you're thinking about on this box. Is like just don't go long. It's a very short sort of placement shot, and you've got the slope in your head as well.
I wanted to see Blake go for the pin here.
So Blake is pushing the backside of the OB. That needs to check up, and it has.
Safe. Very nice.
Very nicely done. From there, he might have to cut the corner across OB, or he could probably skip a backhand.
I think there's a little gap that you might be able to just go straight at it. Stan, this looks pretty solid. Maybe leaking a little left. Well, that's
Yeah, it's
a
just
bit of a
edge of
tester.
circle. And he's
Yeah.
going to have to hope he has a window to putt at the basket there.
I'm fully expecting Jade to
Little inside from Jade.
get this.
No, that's
Fought through.
Okay.
All right.
Again, that's a tester.
Seeing some nerves coming down the stretch here at hole 15, and the scores are so tight. Some
Ooh.
unforced errors. This is looking
Off the
much
barbecue.
better.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's great.
That looks parked.
Someone absolutely loved it. Didn't see who was in the background there. So as I thought, Blake has to cut the corner with a little flex forehand.
Oh, this looks good.
Fantastic.
Nice. So we're all putting for birdie. Looks like Jade and Stan will be out first.
Ooh.
See what he's got here.
Just sand deciduous.
Looks
all
clean
over
enough
this.
for my liking.
Yeah, that wind is pushing that little left heady.
Drop. Oh, just a little high. I mean, if you glance off the top, it could get OB, but it looks like that's checked up well in bounds.
Jade's got a better look, a wider gap to hit, probably from about 8 metres.
Jade doesn't.
Oh.
I was about to say Jade doesn't miss these, but apparently he does. Not a bad bid though.
That's
Strong side, but
it's one of the
very,
most
very right.
frustrating spit outs, that one. That little low right when it takes all that chain and leaks out.
And we're going to see an outright leader. Casey Hannemeyer takes the lead after 15 holes in round 3, 9 under par. Stan 1 back, Jade 1 back, and Blake 1 back.
It's getting tight.
Can't ask for a better finish, boys. And we've
Wow.
got some peaches of holes coming up.
Alrighty, next up, hole 16, 96 metre par 3. We've seen some straight to stable mid-range play or fairway driver. You've got to keep it pretty low under this ceiling here and have a nice little bit of fade back to the pin, but don't go too far because if that thing rolls, it will find OB.
Casey starts this one out nice and low, which is not a bad thing on this hole, but it's kind of skipping a bit too straight.
Straight skip, and there's no way he is running that putt for birdie. So the door is ajar for the boys that need a stroke.
I mean, Casey's in the driver's seat at the moment.
Love this from Blake. Does need that overstable finish. It's gone way too straight, and that is in Par Town.
That's a scary putt. Stan, I reckon this looks like is it a mid? Looks like a mid.
Yeah, that's a mid.
Nice and low. I like the angle out of his hands. He's got the big skip.
Forward skip.
That's
Okay.
going to be it's going to
Circle?
be a scary putt, just on the very edge of the circle, straight downhill with OB behind it. But I think he's in range to attack that putt.
I mean, if Casey runs, it'd be foolish for Casey to run the putt.
No way he's running that
So,
putt. That is a layup every day of the week, particularly with the one-shot lead.
Come on, looks good from Jade if it just gets the legs.
Get left. Oh, no.
Oh,
It's almost hit a couple of people that I don't know what they were up to in the bush there, but that looked a little sus, if I may say so.
Hide it, boys. Hide it.
So Casey's laid that up. Didn't look too pleased with it. I don't know
No,
if
a
he's
bit
put
short.
it close either.
yeah, Blake doesn't. Oh, okay. Yeah, Casey's got a bit left. So that he was maybe 6 or 7 meters.
I couldn't tell if that was Stan's disc or Casey's.
Oh,
Jade's
Jade,
eyeing this.
please.
Hates laying up.
Oh, did he go halfway?
that was
No. Just that, you get kind of, making up half a mind.
So here we go to put the pressure on Casey. Absolutely right in the heart of the chains. That was clutch from Stan. We're tied at the top. Keen to see how close Casey's got for the par.
Okay,
That's
okay,
no
he's
worries at
all right.
all.
Or is it? No. I just wanted a little curse. Just a small curse.
Doing him dirty.
Sorry, Case.
And look what Jade's got for the comebacker.
Okay.
It's got about 8 or so meters back up the hill.
He doesn't usually miss twice much. There you
No
go.
problems at all. I might have been stretching things at 8 there. That looks more of the 6 sort of territory. But got to spice it up, boys. We've got 3 holes left, and look at the scores.
Jade's at 23 meters.
Blake stabbing that one home to take par, and it's getting very, very tight as we move on to the beautiful hole 17, par 5, 280 metres. You got a big booming drive hanging it over the water. You've got OB left also, and it funnels down to a protect basket. The OB travels all the way down left and right around the basket.
If this hole isn't in your Dream 18, what are you doing?
This was in my nightmare 18.
Probably
when
not playing in Australia.
I got a 10 on it was in my nightmare 18. But this hole is an absolute gem. So good. But there was about a 40-minute backup to throw this tee shot.
I'm sorry, how long?
40 minutes, and you're just sitting there with the wind changing every minute. Very nerve-wracking. This is looking fantastic from Stan. It's going to be a
Yeah,
little
I love
left.
this.
No danger of OB.
He's got to play it a little bit shorter, I feel like, in the first couple of rounds, but he's put a bit more on that.
Casey's been super aggressive. The wind was directly in our faces for this
Yeah.
hole, and it was, as I said, it was so temperamental.
What do you reckon he's throwing here, Tim?
I'd have to imagine this is some sort of D1, maybe a X1 even, something
Okay.
really overstable. Looks like he's not taken on the water as much.
Yep.
Just played it safe, which
Smart.
is the way to go.
Now, you've got 2 holes left. You're 3 strokes off the lead. And this hole is eagleable.
That's a hard word to get out on commentary.
It
Well
is.
done, Paddy. I think Blake is probably thinking about it, to be honest. He's got the distance. His highs are flipping something up to not take on the water as much. Didn't quite get the
It's got
flip.
to get down. When does that go? Oh, no, he's already short.
Yeah, that's fairly safe as well.
Blake Safety.
Eventually.
That's rolling back into
Oh.
where my
What is
distance
happening? What is
No.
happening? No.
No way that
Are you
gets over.
serious?
No. What?
Get.
Oh, my word.
Oh, my. In the water?
That
Stop.
is-
That's just insane.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That got OB.
What was that?
Does Blake even know? He's like walked off thinking like I'm in the middle of the fairway. And you can look at the face of Kyle on
Kyle,
camera. That was awful.
That was the grossest thing I've ever seen.
Where was the swarm of swamp hens to stop that from rolling OB? There's been like
Mate.
50 birds in that line in the last few days.
Tim, you took a 15 on this and that didn't happen to you. Like,
Shocking, Blake.
Are we going to see this here? Here we go. We're going to see a replay.
So look
why
how
would you
safe
replay this?
is.
I don't want to see this again.
How many metres inbounds did this land? His disc went faster than that bird that we can see running across the camera.
That's 40, 50 metres.
30.
Okay.
No.
Let's call it 40.
No, let's say 50. Let's say
Surely something's going to stop it. It's hard to believe even on replay that just happened.
It's not even that steep there.
Oh, Blakey. boy.
Wow.
That's hard to watch.
You know what? Like, yeah, we like to joke a bit about like bad luck and that sort of stuff, but that is generally one of the worst things I've ever seen. That is so unlucky.
It didn't even just go OB. It got to like the duck poo part of the swamp.
If that doesn't end up, if that doesn't end up on some subreddit,
Wow.
I'd be very surprised.
And then honestly,
That happens.
That was going OB. That skinny tree has just saved Stan from going OB.
Can someone please, put the camera on this bloke? I just want to see his reaction.
Look at the swamp hens. They're all up further up the fairway now. They would have saved the disc in round 2.
And this is good. That's a great drive.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the good thing is
Fantastic.
you've got a bit of a walk down the hill, so you've got enough time to be like, what?
Wow.
No, he was surprised that it was in, I think.
Yeah, I think he thought he was going to go left.
Okay.
But that was a good drive. I didn't think that was any danger of getting OB.
He looks very composed, though. You've got to hand it to the boy after that. That's just such a gross.
Yep. Great
Gross thing to
composure
happen.
for a young guy
Ooh, turned.
Come on, back.
that needs some stability. It's pushing that OB side. Oh, and that tree has kicked him just OB. That was actually going to be fantastic if it got either side of that trunk.
Mate, this is
sorry.
this an Australian event?
I
Can we
was
be
about to say-
kind?
I was
Can we
about
be
to
kind to the Aussies?
We'll give the Canadians and the
This is-
Austrians all the luck.
I think this wind is blown directly from Canada and Austria.
So Casey's gone that
Same
exact
line.
same stability on the
Oh, but it's
box.
fine. But it's fine.
That's
It's
okay,
all right.
though.
It's in
Just
bounds.
sort of that trunk and fantastic. Big green flag. So it'll be interesting to see what Stan's got from that left side. This is where all the trees are, and you can see he's got a lot of foliage in his backswing. He's leaning back with a standstill, which is very awkward.
What's this one called again?
This is I wish I had a forehand stance. This is what that is. Patent pending, I believe.
Patent pending.
Oh,
I know you love it.
Looks awkward.
Come on.
Or is he going to pay the no forehand tax? I think he's got away with it. Nah, not too bad, but inbounds, but obviously par at best from there.
I want to see how bad like a Stannis forehand is.
Yeah,
Right.
we haven't seen one, have we?
No, absolutely nothing.
It's probably like 120 metres on a rope with no flutter.
He's just having fun out there.
Yeah.
Look at this from Jade. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy up and down. Very unfortunate OB stroke there. He would have been chalking up a birdie, no doubt, had he not kicked OB. Casey's got a little window.
Oh,
That's a pretty
Jeez.
fortunate break. He looks like he hit some pretty thick stuff right in front of
Massively.
his face there. But it's pushed through and did he get to circle or just outside?
I reckon he's maybe just inside. Nice from Blake.
And Blake, as well as Jade, would be looking at a birdie
That was
had he
a-
not gone OB off the box with that
this is crazy.
crazy wind ride that he's just took.
So much cabbage from Casey too.
Stan here. He's been very consistent with those upshots all weekend, and that's none different.
Ultra smooth.
Mm.
So it'd be interesting to see if Casey...
Oh, he's right there.
Nice and close. That's a good break from that upshot. He is looking directly at OB, but he's close enough to give this a confident bend. And look at that.
In the heart.
Absolutely clutch. Didn't take any spin off the putt. Just confident that he was at least going to hit some form of metal and not carry OB. That's confidence that I do not have, Paddy. Don't know about yourself.
Depends.
2 holes left in a
Depends.
I've got it in
South
spades,
Australian
mate.
major. On your Fergs. Well, you do hit tray 99% of the time, so you're not going to go OB, are you?
Yeah, no, that's pretty safe. Wow, this is just it's tight, isn't it? And what a hole to go into to decide.
Yeah, hole 18. Absolute. It all comes down to this, boys. We've got one shot between Casey and Stan with 120 metres straight over the water to finish. Par 3. You can see the island they need to land on with. They're going to avoid a penalty stroke. And you have to do it with either a forehand or a turnover backhand because you can't take on that tree on the right-hand side unless your name is Paddy Robinson and you slice straight through it.
Yeah, mate, that's how I practice it. So, mate, and this hole has teeth. It can take strokes. So, very keen to see how this goes.
Casey, first up.
Oh, this could be perfect.
Needs to settle. Oh, lovely.
Wow. Okay.
Really solid.
Is that game over?
I mean, Casey, that's not a guaranteed birdie, but Stan's got to put this close to put the pressure on. And look, the backhand turnover shot in the wind, which has settled down a little bit at this point in the afternoon.
All right. And they've had another bit of a wait here too, haven't they?
Yeah, no, it's exactly what you want on a massive water carry is a big long backup with everybody watching.
Come on, Stan, let's see it.
Love it out of his hand. Is it going to hold the turn?
Stabling up.
Needs to
Looks
stop.
safe.
Oh, here we
Wow.
go. So Casey will be first to putt.
Okay. This is some proper match play.
And boys, I don't want to pray for more OB, but I just want to mention, if you hit metal on this green, there's a very good chance your disc is going to roll to the inside of those placards, which is OB.
So there's a line inside the placards. The placards themselves, they won't save you.
They won't save you. You will be putting with a bogey, with a penalty stroke for bogey from the bottom of the circle. I want to see some good fortune for Blake. He's had a bit of...
It's just like he's had a limb fall on his head in an earlier round. He had that ridiculous roll.
This is clean. Oh, a little bit more turn.
This could leak.
Beautiful.
No, very nice.
These are good shots. Very difficult to clear those placards and not go OB long.
Jade here. 3 off the pace. Is he eyeing off the ace?
He's thinking chains.
Surely.
100%
Surely.
thinking chains.
Why not?
Oh, what a finish it would be.
There's a little bit of Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last syndrome from the Canberra boys, and I love it.
This is going to be just perfect too.
And that's looking great. Fantastic drives from the boys. Nerves of steel on hole 18.
Especially after, another half hour, 40-minute wait or whatever it was.
Yeah. So we're going to see Blake putt first. Let's see how high this left leg gets. You've drawn my attention to it, Paddy, and
Yes.
I can't look away.
It's an interesting stepper, that's for sure.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
good
like it.
commitment, a little high. But that'll be an easy par to finish his tournament. And Casey
Going
to
for it.
clutch up for the win. Oh, he's just missed chains. So the door is wide open for Stan here.
If that had hit right nubs as well.
Boys, I'm on the edge.
He's been lethal from C1. He is
Stan-
just outside here.
Stan hit a putt way further than this to knock me off the lead card. So come on, mate.
You are right.
Come on.
The wind is down. The flag is still.
Yeah, it's not moving at all. Come on.
Oh, no. And he just didn't have the timing there. It's off to the right, and that'll see him finish in second place. And Jade laying up
Oh,
as well.
yeah.
Happy to take solid third, outright third.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Is quite a bit of a pay jump, so I can see the respect shown to the payouts there. Well done. Good 20 from Jade. Finished with a whole big stretch of pars, which he won't love, but third place is a good showing.
Oh, man.
What a finish, boys. Hole
What a
17 and
finish.
hole 18
Jeez.
absolutely brought it. Didn't think I'd see all 4 out of 4 stick the island. Very impressive, and great showing from Stan.
Yeah.
Yep. Huge.
It's been
Took the lead early. and
unreal
unfortunately-
to have these boys here too. Like it's they've experienced some of the best disc golf courses in Australia. So yeah,
And
they
well
get a
done
win.
to Casey. The big dog Canadian takes out the 2024 Eruption.
It's huge.
Not a bad lead up to
Yeah.
the Woof Doof team events, boys.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, it was good to get a little bit of insight into the competition heading in. That's for sure. But huge effort.
You got to give kudos to the Mount Gambier team there. Ryan Nicholson, Michelle Schultz putting on an awesome event. Great course design. One of the best in Australia.
And huge thanks to Parked Media for putting this on. How good. Casey, super solid. Look at that back 9. That's what got him the win, that 2 under on the back with a 10 in total. Unreal.
Extended leaderboard, unfortunately. Paddy, you did DNF.
I did, yeah.
You can tell it's an Aussie event with all that wine there.
Yes.
For my first tournament in Australia, it's been unbelievable. Playing at this course, I didn't know what to expect. A bunch of guys told me it was one of the best courses. Well, it is the best course in Australia, so I'm happy to play here, happy to take it down, and hopefully I can make it back another time. Thank you to everybody who put all the work into the tournament. It's unreal. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Prodigy Disc, Limber Disc Golf, and Flex Zone. Thank you.
Well done to Casey. And you heard it from his mouth. This is the best course in the country. So anyone on the fence, get out there and give it a look.